Who doesn't love indulging in a delicious dessert? From classic treats to innovative creations, desserts are the perfect way to end any meal on a sweet note. But have you ever thought about trying out iconic desserts from around the world? From the delicate French macarons to the decadent Italian tiramisu, there are a plethora of global dessert options that are sure to satisfy your sweet tooth. So why not embark on a culinary adventure and explore the world of desserts? Whether you have a love for chocolate, fruit, or creamy delights, there's a dessert from every corner of the world that will leave you wanting more. That said, grab your fork, spoon, or anything convenient, as this video is bound to leave your mouth watering for the most iconic desserts you've probably never heard of. Tiramisu. Tiramisu, or a cheer-me-up as fondly translated and called by a few Englishmen, has become popular all over the world for its classiness. It's a yummy dessert created in the Veneto region of Italy in the 1960s or 1970s. The exact year is not certain, but of course we cannot get enough of tiramisu. Tiramisu is considered a sophisticated dessert, despite the fact that it's quite simple to make. It's made with ladyfingers that are dipped in coffee or espresso. Instead of coffee, you can make your tiramisu with your favorite brand of liquor. And you can use your favorite cookie or cake instead of ladyfingers. This delicious dessert is dusted in cocoa powder or grated chocolate, depending on one's preference. You can have tiramisu with a cup of chilled juice on a hot day. This refreshing and popular dessert can also be served on your special occasion. You can never go wrong with tiramisu, and we have the Italians to thank for this tasty dessert. There's no doubt that this dessert will cheer you up and brighten your day. That said, you should really look out for it whenever you're in the streets of Veneto. It's our first Italian must-try. Crème brûlée. You don't talk about the world's best dessert without mentioning desserts from France, the region with the world's most famous pastry chefs. The French do not really drag bragging rights when it comes to desserts. They allow the tastiness of their pastries to do all the talking and bragging. To even show how much traditional pastry making is in the country, a day is allocated to appreciate desserts. It's known as Le Jour de Macarons. Crème brûlée, the French word for burnt cream, is believed to have originated in France in the 17th century. It's popular for its creamy texture and crisp caramelized sugar topping, hence its name, crème brûlée, referring to the caramelized sugar topping. Crème brûlée is an elegant dessert that requires some techniques, although it's complicated. It's featured in high-end restaurants. Crème brûlée is made with a custard base that is vanilla flavored. Although vanilla is the most common flavor for crème brûlée, you can use a different flavor, like chocolate, fruits, and coffee. It's a dessert that is sure to impress. After all, who doesn't like an elegant and tasty dessert? Baklava. Baklava is a traditional dessert that's popular for its sweet taste and elegant presentation. It's one of the desserts that one might say have caused many mild disputes and conflicts between communities. With various regions claiming to own the dessert, no one can pinpoint its origin, and one can say it's truly worth the tussle due to its unique sweet taste. Even though the origins of baklava are not certain, it's believed to have originated in the Ottoman Empire, which was based in present-day Turkey. The Greeks also claim to own the dessert and a few other regions around the area. Baklava is made with a thin, flaky pastry called phyllo dough. Baklava's fillings are chopped nuts mixed with sweet spices like cinnamon and cloves. You can include syrup or honey in your recipe for a sweet and sticky texture. In some cultures, baklava is traditionally served during religious holidays, weddings, and birthdays. It's often served in diamond-shaped pieces, which are created by cutting the phyllo dough into layers before baking. You should consider this delicious dessert if you ever visit Mykonos for a vacation. Pavlova. This is named after the Russian ballerina Anna Pavlova and is a meringue-based dessert. There's an ongoing debate on which country invented this iconic dessert. Some say a chef in Wellington, New Zealand created it in honor of Anna Pavlova's visit to the country in the 1920s. However, some Australians claim that it was invented in Perth, Western Australia, because the indigenous people of Australia have been making use of meringue-based desserts for centuries. Whichever it is, pavlova made this list because of how delicious the dessert is. Pavlova is made from whipping egg whites until stiff, and then mixed with sugar, vinegar, and cornstarch. It's then baked for several hours at a low temperature until it forms a crispy shell with a marshmallow-like center. You can serve your pavlova with whipped cream and fresh fruit. This combination makes pavlova even more refreshing and delicious. Its delicious taste is worth the annual competition between New Zealand and Australia to find the best pavlova recipe. Pavlova has become such an iconic cultural dessert in New Zealand and Australia that it's served on special occasions. Christmas is also one of the events where one gets to see the pavlova dessert quite often. Locals make it a habit to exchange Christmas treats and candies and include this wonderful dessert on the menu. Truly, if you've tasted this dessert, you'll agree with me when I say pavlova has a fascinating history and cultural significance. And of course, your taste buds will love this one. Sakatort. We can all agree that everyone just loves cake and chocolate. Now imagine the delight in every bite of sakatort, which is made with a dense chocolate sponge cake that's filled with apricot jam and covered in rich chocolate glaze. That perfect blend of everything sweet. That's what this dessert is about. Invented by Franz Sacher in 1832, Sachertort's recipe is a closely guarded secret. Only a few people know the exact ingredients and preparation of this delicious dessert. As a matter of fact, it's believed that the original recipe is still used at the Hotel Sacher in Vienna, where it was first created. Many people paint the other recipes as inferior to that of the hotel, and a few bourgeoisie would rather take the luxury of going to the hotel for the original thing. Regardless of all of that, you can say pastry chefs are still doing a nice job at replicating the sweetness of the cake. 16-year-old Franz Sacher created the cake in 1832 for a prominent diplomat and statesman called Prince Wenzel von Metternich. The cake was an instant success, and it soon became a favorite of the Habsburgs, the ruling family of Austria. In the 1930s, this delicious chocolate cake caused a legal battle over the trademark for original Sachertorte between the Hotel Sacher and the Demel Bakery in Vienna. It was eventually won by Hotel Sacher. The original recipe is considered the best by chocolate lovers. Whether you're visiting Vienna or simply looking for a decadent chocolate cake to satisfy your sweet tooth, Sachertorte is definitely worth a try. Queen of Puddings. Ever heard of Queen of Puddings? It's believed to have been named in honor of Queen Victoria, who loves pudding. Its origin is uncertain, but it's said to have evolved from an older dessert made from breadcrumbs and milk called poor man's pudding. That said, you can say it's a blend of royalty and peasantry. Pretty weird, right? Your opinion would change after having a taste. Queen of Puddings is a traditional British cuisine with a delicious flavor. It's made from a base of breadcrumbs, milk, and sugar mixed with lemon zest and vanilla extract. You can include ingredients like cheese and bacon. After baking, it's topped with jam and a layer of meringue. You can serve it warm or cold, depending on your preference. And if you want to enjoy its satisfying flavor, you can pair it with custard or whipped cream. This sophisticated dessert is even more satisfying on cold winter nights. You should include this traditional British dessert in your list of iconic desserts for your sweet tooth. And that's a wrap on our tour of some of the most iconic desserts from around the world. As they say, the discovery of a new dish does more for human happiness than the discovery of a new star. While most might find this statement puzzling, foodies, adventurers, and tourists would easily relate. Whether you're an adventurous foodie or simply looking to indulge in something new, these desserts are a must-try for anyone with a love for all things sweet and delicious. That said, do you think we left any out? Please do tell in the comments section.